Right, okay. This is a video that someone requested, and I don't need many excuses to talk about guitars, so here we are. Right, so let's start with this one then. So, this one, oh god, it's heavy. Let's try and make this work. So, sorry, you have to excuse the mess in this room, that stuff that I need to burn. But anyway, so this is my 72 Gibson Les Paul Deluxe Gold Top. Let me just see if we can see it. Here we can. So you'll see this more clearly when I show you that one. But on the 72, the headstock's actually quite a lot bigger than the traditional 50s ones, and then the 60s reissues. They're a lot narrower than this. So this has the bigger of the headstocks on it. That's how you can tell. And also, what's different about this one compared to the 71? Well, I mean, that's the 71 there. This is the 72. Essentially, they're the same guitar, same hardware, same pickups. Everything's the same, but this one, I have not weighed them exactly, but you can feel the difference in your hand. When you pick this one up, it's a proper slab, this thing. And when you've got it around your neck for an hour and a half, trust me, you can tell. So anyway, so the 72, so I bought this when we did our very first recording. I think it was the You Might As Well Try to Fuck Me EP at Townhouse in London. And at that time we'd just signed the record deal pretty much, and we had what you call an equipment advance, basically, which was, I think it was about 10 or 15,000, I can't remember, but that was obviously intended to excuse me, to set us up with whatever equipment we needed. So obviously I went out and bought guitars straight away. Me and Stu did. Me and Stu left the studio and went to, can't remember the name of it now. Is it Rick's Vintage Guitar Emporium? It's not on Denmark Street. It was relatively close to the Townhouse, I think, on some sort of village green almost. But anyway, me and Stu spent most of the afternoon in there. Stu looking at, was it a Fender P-Bass? And I was looking at this and the Jag from Jag 2, and I was looking at those two guitars, ended up buying this, and this just, I mean, as any guitarist will tell you, when you're looking for guitars and you're picking up guitars, you can tell instantly when you feel like you've got one that you connect with, as soon as you start feeling the neck profile and actually voicing notes on the fretboard, you can tell whether it's good. But so I took this off the wall anyway, and the first thing that I saw when I took this off the wall, can you see it in this light? Can you see that in this light? I'm not even sure you can. But anyway, carved into... Oh, for God's sake. That's a little bit better, is it? There we go. We can see it now. So on the back of this guitar, someone has actually carved "I love you" into it. And that instantly just captured my imagination. Now, obviously, I was assuming that this love note was from the player to the guitar. That's all I was thinking in my mind. I was thinking, oh God, someone loves this guitar so much they've had to actually declare it on the belt buckle rash, because that's what that is. Obviously, when you're playing the guitar and holding it against your body, if you've got a belt buckle on, that's going to happen. So I don't know whether, I'd love to know. I would love to know myself, and I've always wondered since I got this, when I must have been 18, 19, I think 18, I bought this guitar, and I think I paid about £1,500 for it. But yeah, that's the first thing that struck me, was the love note on the back. Now, like I say, whether that was from the player to the guitar, or perhaps the player's girlfriend to the player, I don't know. But I find it really interesting, really interesting. Now, as you can see, there is a lot of, well, damage, really. I mean, Christ, look at that bastard. Sorry, excuse my language. Yeah, but there's a big old chunk out of that. I think my guitar tech, Tony Bateman, knocked it over as well at one stage. Mick Quinn never did, though, to be fair to Mick Quinn. He never knocked my guitar over. He just forgot it when we went to Switzerland once. Yeah. So anyway, again, when I bought this, there was all the finish checking. Now, you can't really call it finish checking, really. What I understood was, at the time when this was made, basically there was something in the paint that was reacting with sweat. Now, whether, I don't know, phosphorus is in my head, but that seems mental. But I mean, God knows, there were some horrible things in paint, back in the 70s, and even, you know, not that long ago really. But anyway, so as you can see, the paint has reacted with sweat and gone green in places. Try and not smash the end of it off. I'm going to say it's hard to sort of show off all the checking on. I mean, I love this stuff. You know, if I look at a guitar and it's sparkly clean, I just see something out of a catalogue. Do you know what I mean? I don't see anything with history. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind a new guitar, nothing against a new guitar, but it's a very different thing is buying a new instrument to a used instrument. So, again, if we look at the neck profile, well, you have to feel the neck profile rather than look at it. But, you know, this guitar has been played, again, I'm showing off this messy room I'll be getting told off. You can see how much this guitar has been played. You know, all the sort of lacquers almost come off the back with sweat, and you know, because God knows how many playing hours this thing had on it before it even came to me. Who knows? You know, it's a 72. I bought this in 2002 when I was 18 or something. I don't know. I'm not counting. I don't do maths. But as you can see, you know, it's seen some action as this thing, but I love it, you know, all the same. I absolutely adore it, and it's not something I would ever sell, so value is irrespective. And to be honest, I mean, in the state this is in, I don't know, but it still plays ridiculously well. It still sounds incredible. Needs a setup, does need a setup. It's been in the case for 10 years. So is there anything else I can say about the 72 that makes it different from the 71? Well, yeah, it's a thicker, like I say, it's a heavier guitar for one. Now, it's a much thicker neck on this one. It's a much thicker neck, and it's a much thicker body. I mean, I've not had any measurements or anything, and it can't be that much different. But as I say, the weight's ridiculous, and it feels thinner. And not only does it feel thinner and lighter, the other one, sorry, this one feels heavier. You know, it sounds ridiculous really, but it sounds heavier basically, a much thicker, woodier tone to this one, whereas the 71 is quite brash and bright compared to this one. This one's a little bit dull. I mean, on stage, this one is the one I always played, apart from on Fire, where I played that one. But otherwise, I played this one all the time. Now, again, showing you all the mess in this room. This is a messy room, anyway. Right, so let's have a quick look at this one. And you see, instantly, picking this up, bloody hell. See that one, you know, there must be a kilo in it or something, I don't know, but there's certainly a vast difference in weight. So straight away, we've got a vast difference in weight. As you can see, this one, I say it's in better condition. Well, it is. You've still got some vertical finish checking, which isn't really desirable. Or is it horizontal? I can never remember, who cares? But again, you've got the green reacting with the sweat in the paint, and that's actually, I mean, there, look, that's gone all the way down to the wood, and you can actually, oh God, no. I think if I tried, I could actually chip the gold top off this. So I wouldn't do that. But to be fair, I really like the look of that wood under there. That would look kind of interesting with that, taking all the finish off this. But anyway, I won't. So yeah, this is a much thinner neck. You're not going to be able to tell from looking like that, but it's a much thinner neck, it's a much lighter guitar. You can manipulate it a lot easier. It feels thinner. It feels thinner front to back, whether it is or not. I mean, because obviously when Gibsons do these things, a lot of the time it's quite subtle differences, and without wanting to get too geeky, I mean, you know, the original guitars that all these are based off, they only spanned across 2 or 3 years. I think I don't know exactly, I think they released the Les Paul in either 58 or 59, and then by 60 it was done. Or maybe 61. It was done quickly because no one liked it. And then for whatever reason, I cannot remember why, probably Les Paul, I don't know. But, oh no, because he invented it originally. For whatever reason, they suddenly became popular. So you had these guitars that were made over a 2 and 3 year period that have just been constantly reissued, basically. And you either have the 58 or 59, I'm no expert. There's 58 or 59 reissues, which are, you know, the big, thick baseball bat necks, and then you've got the 60 and 61, or was it just 60 they did it? As I say, I do know that they only actually originally made them over a couple of years, abandoned it, and then suddenly they became really popular, and obviously they've milked it ever since, and that's kind of what Gibson do, really. I don't know why I'm showing you over there. That's what Gibson do. They, you know, they just keep reissuing the same guitars, subtle changes. But you know, anyone who's playing one of these things knows it's all about the sound, really, because it's not the most comfortable guitar to play. Far from it. Far from it. It's heavy. It's awkward. But, I mean, they just sound amazing. So, in terms of, I don't think there's really anything on this that gives it any kind of exciting story. You got obviously quite a bit more wear on that neck. Look at all the rubbish in the corner of these rooms. I should have thought about this. I don't care. Alright, so that's about all I can say about these two, really. They are my favourite guitars. I do like Fenders, but they've never really sounded right for what I like, so these two are my most used. What else I can say? Oh, let's see if we can... It won't be easy to see the difference in the headstocks. Let's see if I can without smashing them together. This 71. You can just see, well, no, you can see it easy. Look at the size of the headstock on the left compared to the right. Do you know what I mean? And not really much depth difference there. So you can see the different shape. But again, these are all incredibly geeky sort of guitar things. So I'm sure most people have stopped watching by now. But as I say, the most interesting thing about this is the carving on the back. And someone owned this guitar. Someone did. So someone knows all about it, you know, who wrote it, why they wrote it, all these sorts of things. Someone knows, and I would love to know. I would absolutely love to know. But I probably never will. So I can just make believe what I want. Anyway, right, I've rambled on enough about these guitars, so I'll leave it there. Thank you.